Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I was just looking down this arm here. There's a number of people down here. There's the Free Brill Administration up here, but there's also... Oh, okay, apparently we're going in here now. Sure. There's also the Union of Pliff-Plaff Worlds, there's the Coalition of Kel, and there's also the Coalition of Kel. I think it's the same thing. And there's also the State of Havo down here. So there's quite a lot down that way. We're going to have to focus in on building reasonably tall. That is fine. We can absolutely do that. We're just not going to get tremendously wide here. Now, we do need a fair amount of minerals, and I'm going to buy in 1,000 more. We've been buying a lot of minerals, and that's not necessarily ideal. But let's get a planetary administration going here on Nahal. We need 2 more. So we've got one on Robalius and one on Golba, but both of these are good as far as jobs and as far as housing goes. So we don't need immediate progress on that. Let's kick on forward here, and that'll be fine for right now. We, of course, have this pirate fleet up in Haban, but we're heading in there. We'll be there very shortly. Union of Piff-Paff Worlds declared war on the Coalition of Kel, as did the State of Havo. Okay, so we don't really care about this right now. We are focused inward at this moment. No doubt about that.
Concluded.
Now, Golba Energy apparently needs housing and has worker unemployment. So we're lacking 53 for our planetary administration here. Let's kick forward a couple days to get that underway, and we'll build that planetary administration there. So that looks good for now. We are negative on food right now. What pops are consuming food? Are our robots still consuming food? Hang on. I want to find out. So let's see here. We are definitely getting upkeep in our... Yeah, this is... Our technicians are all robots here. Okay, so it's these guys that are consuming food. Gotcha. We have these guys as our clerks here. And we have some miners being worked on as well here. Okay, sure. They're going to want to be assimilated eventually. Do we want to do that now? So let's go into our... Let's see, we want to go into our species here. So that would be these guys here. And we could set their default rights to be assimilation, which is under citizenship. The question is, they won't produce any resources, sure. The question is this going to harm relations? I'm not sure, but we're going to set them to assimilation regardless. There's a fair number of pops that are involved in this. But everyone does eventually need to become robots. So we're going to do assimilation here, and we're going to do assimilation here. Everyone needs to be upgraded. 100%. These guys would need to be assimilated as well. Okay, so something like this. Excellent. So we do have this world here. Yeah, this is undergoing assimilation. That is understood. We're going to want to upgrade our planetary administration here, but we need a lot of minerals for that. So for now, that's reasonably fine. It'll take some time for this assimilation to undergo, but that's okay.
Concluded.
Let's wrap up this battle here. Excellent. And we're going to come take out their little station as well. Perfect. They didn't actually destroy any of our structures here, which is great. We, of course, have this Astral Rift event pending. Abandoned buildings are scattered haphazardly across the sands. From inside the largest of these, a massive dome, came a faint yellow light. From floor to ceiling, the interior's curving walls were covered in an unknown script. I'll be honest, these walls look a little angular, not curving, but okay. At the center of the main chamber is a console with 2 large buildings, one deep blue, the other a vibrant green. We're in the process of deciphering the text on the walls to see if it gives us an indication of what this console might be for. Fascinating. So we gained some astral threads there, and we'll continue to work on that. Now, we did just finish up in Mong here, and we're going to get a fair amount of resources from this pirate base. Yeah, 300. That's not as much as I had hoped, but it'll do. We'll head back for repairs. And I do want to grab the minerals here. We're actually working on that right now. That seems good. Let's build our mining stations and our research stations here. We're at 503. Sure, we're going to be able to upgrade fairly soon. There are currently 3 worlds requiring upgrades, and that's not shocking. They want to give these guys association status. To be honest, I don't care about the Federation. We are just using the Federation to give ourselves a little bit of additional defense for right now.
Construction
So that's reasonably fine for the moment. The next Federation level has been unlocked. Okay. Are we the leader? We are the economic leader. Okay. That's interesting. Succession type is on rotation, though. Okay. Well, that's very interesting indeed. So there are laws available, or some sort of change available. The Federation perk. Right, that's now active. Okay, that's fine. So this is okay. We're at level 4 Federation right now. Sure, that's reasonably okay. No real problem there. Association status, yes, that is fine. So we do need to get one of these upgrades going. I'm going to go with this one. It doesn't really matter which. None of them have any current lack of jobs or housing. So we'll just grab one. That'll be fine. They want to revoke the association status. Yes, we vote yes on everything. That's the way this works. Literally everything we're voting yes on. What could go wrong? So this was the Astral boost here. I think we should get the physics insight, though. Yeah, this is still on cooldown for a while. So that'll be fine. The vote failed. We vote yes on everything in this Federation. That is how this works from now on. So that's great. We're going to head down to Makura, and we're going to build a starbase there. As soon as we're done here in Mong, we're going to head into Caesar. We want to get these worlds online as soon as possible, right? We are up to, at this point, 169 population. That's looking good. We can see we are getting close to having all of those pops switched over to post-Carpetanian, so that seems absolutely wonderful. Really, really great indeed. So we're going to be building these 2 star bases. That looks fine. And we're going to have that done fairly soon. Now, down this direction, we're going to head down to Borbo, and we're going to build down here. We're not doing anything here right now. I would like you to come up and research the anomalies in Bax. That'll be okay for the moment. This guy is going up to get Wheatrice, which is fine for right now. That all looks good. Okay, so we've got the Aglomia station up here. That's probably not, strictly speaking, necessary. We have quite a lot of alloys stored up right now, and we might want to spend those on bulking up our fleet a little bit. We probably should. All we can get is corvettes at this point, right? Do we have... Hang on. Do we have additional ship types? No, we just have the Nightingale-class corvette at this moment. So let's go ahead and reinforce that fleet up. That'll cost us a little bit of alloys, but let's get that underway for now. This Forge world requires housing. So we should put in an industrial district here. I will do that. I'm also going to buy in a few minerals here. We can't quite afford to do it that way, but we can sell off 5,000 food and buy in minerals like so. Excellent. Now, I want to get this upgrade done on Alpha Centauri Energy. We're just going to work our way through this list. Eventually, we'll get these all completed. So we just finished up in Caesar. We're going to build our mining and research stations, and we do want to absolutely colonize this. So I want to colonize this with post-Carpetanians, obviously. So we're going to send those right on over, but I want to go into our shipyard here, and I want to move this colony ship up to the top priority. So let's get that underway. That looks good for now.
Council agenda ready.
Are we building the mining stations here? Yes, we are. So we're going to go grab Zakati next. And once we're done in Makura, we should probably make our way... I'm thinking over towards Wheatrice. I'm not 100% certain about that yet. We'll think about it. We don't really need this survey speed anymore, so monthly unity is not bad. Although just pop resource output is pretty good. So that looks decent. We know that we are the top dog economically in our federation, so that's a good sign, by a fairly decent margin, no less. I'm pretty happy about that. We regret to report that we've lost contact with the away team. The last report received was an audio log of indecipherable screaming followed by an unbroken silence. Attempts to re-establish communications have been unsuccessful. We have not yet pulled back the emergency anchor in hopes that the team might yet return, but the outlook seems grim. Let's hope for the best. Okay, well, we'll see what ends up happening with that one. We do need to get this planetary administration upgrading. This is pretty expensive on the mining front, don't get me wrong, but we can get another 2 of these going. We're getting pretty close to having all of these upgraded, I feel like. Okay, so we just finished up in Makura. We're definitely going to want to get the minerals here. So come on over here and build a mining station.
Construction project concluded.
There we go. So we just built a starbase over here. Excellent. More minerals available here. Build those mining stations and build those research stations eventually. We'll need to wait for the month tick to queue that up, unfortunately. Okay. So we'll queue that up, but the resources are still not quite there. We do have our grand storyteller here, so they are a counselor. We'll take the 5% research speed. That seems okay. So we're currently surveying Wheatris. Once we're done here, we're going to work through these anomalies. The Kresh Collective insulted us. Very rude. We're probably actually going to put these on automatic at this point, so I would want you to explore and survey. Actually, don't do this any. Well, if they're available, I suppose we could, but I would rather investigate anomalies. Like, do all of this. Okay, never mind. I just want to research this anomaly. That'll do for now. Okay, so we have a tradition available. Robot output plus 10%. That's pretty solid. So that gets synthetics finished up. And what do we want to grab here for our ascension perk? Well, we've got transcendent learning here. I don't know that that's actually what we'd want. Edict Fund plus 100 is not actually all that powerful. Probably Galactic Force Projection, to be honest. Yep, let's do it. We need to have our robo fleet, so that'll be fine.
Construction project complete.
And what world is this? Alpha Centauri mining? We're low on amenities here. Planetary administration will generate additional amenities, though. So it seems
Research
relatively
concluded.
okay.
System survey concluded.
We do want to get this planetary
Horizons
administration done
expand.
here. We're missing 140 resources for that. Sure, that seems absolutely fine. The Faculty of Archaeo Studies is very interesting, for sure. Let's go ahead and grab that. And now we can get this planetary administration going. That is, I believe, well, at least the majority of our planetary administrations that we end up needing. So for now, that seems reasonably fine. There's some occupation going on over here. Okay. So we're going to continue to work on boosting up our first fleet, but obviously we need to start doing some military research at some point, right? That is definitely a thing that needs to happen. We need to head over and research anomalies over here. And we're still working in Borbo. That seems fine. We're still working out over this way as well. While the synthesization has already affected the Empire in unforeseen ways, the population seems willing to go even further. Our synthetic bodies could become extensions of our identity or mere tools to control remotely by our virtual consciousness. Our path is yet undecided. We can research means to rapidly transfer a consciousness from one expendable body to another. Alternatively, we could focus on extracting knowledge from the recently deceased to accelerate our research efforts. So emphasis on leaders and research, or emphasis on armies and ships? Honestly, we could go either way here. There's a good argument for both. But I think we're going to study rapid consciousness transfer. There we go. That seems fine. So Nihal Industrial needs an upgrade of its planetary administration. All of these are finishing up at similar times, and so making this kind of complicated. This tech world here, however, requires housing right now. So that seems good. We have an Astral action available here. We could do an Astral boost. I'm not going to do that. It doesn't seem necessary at this moment.
Research concluded.
And we just finished up minerals from miners. That's going to be very helpful. Let's work on mineral purification hubs. I want to keep working on our economy for now. We're using this Federation here to try to boost up our on-paper value. Oh, we're in control of the Federation fleet. Okay. That explains a lot. That's fine. So advanced research computers have finished up. That's great. We absolutely want to take the Research Institute. So that'll be good. This factory world here, we should probably... Okay, they're guaranteeing each other. That's fine. We should probably consider upgrading the planetary administration here next. Absolutely. Absolutely, we should do that. This industrial world needs a job and housing. So what do we want to do about that? Well, this is going to be a lot that we need to get done here. Quite a lot. We're not going to have amenities. We will get some from this reassembled ship shelter. I'm going to buy in some minerals here. We're going to need to do this and this on this world. So both of those upgrades going in, that'll be fine. Unenthusiastic about synthesization, some people look back with longing to their organic past. They argue that shorter lifespans and the innate imperfection of a natural body made life more meaningful. What a bunch of idiots. Okay. Claiming that their synthetic or virtual facsimiles feel impersonal and hollow, a group of hardliners are developing a cult-like devotion to organic bodies. This needs to be crushed. Perhaps we should provide them a less perfect simulation in which to exist. Or would they prefer an imperfect shell? No, it's foolish to romanticize the past. Happiness plus 10%, but resources from jobs minus 10% for 25 years? Just across the board? Monthly unity. Actually, this would only give us mechanical pop assembly speed reduction. I feel like we're assembling fast enough. A 5% differential there won't really be that big of a deal. Do it. So that seems fine. Now, we do have our colony ship underway over here. I want to immediately start colonizing here with post-Carpetanians. Yes, I know it's low habitability. Go for it. So that'll be fine, and we're going to build our research station there. For the 5 physics research, that'll be absolutely fine. What else do we have going on here? Astral Rift event pending. Okay. The surfaces inside the dome glow with a faint yellow light. An unknown script covers the walls from top to bottom. How do we know this? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the question. At the center of the main chamber is a console with 2 large buttons, one deep blue, the other a vibrant green. We're in the process of deciphering the text on the walls to see if it gives us an indication of what this console might be for. What on earth is going on? Weren't they lost? Indeed. Although I don't think it's happening on Earth, to be honest. I'm 99% certain that this is not on Earth. If it's on Earth, we have more questions. That's for sure. So we're negative on our consumer goods right now, and we should definitely do something about that. One of these industrial worlds should probably be focused on producing pretty much exclusively consumer goods. But for right now, we're going to leave it. So this construction ship, I think, is no longer necessary. I'm going to get rid of it. We shouldn't need it anymore. Cool. So we get some unity up over here. That sounds great. We can start working on these archaeological sites, but I would like to grab some of... Actually, there's only the one location up over here, the one anomaly left. Okay, that seems good. In which case, we'll just start excavating this site. Which archaeological site is this? Oh, it's the strange asteroid. Okay, that's fine. So this agri-world here, this isn't really an agri-world. This is probably going to end up being our... factory world. So let's put in an industrial district here, and we'll call this... What was that? Okay, that's apparently the / character in this font. Exciting. Something new that we have learned. Okay. Cool. So this is going to be Jaltham Industrial. That seems fine. And these last 2 worlds are likely going to be science worlds. And we'll see about taking, like, this area up here for sure, once we're strong enough. We are not really strong enough to do that right now. But our economy is kind of going great guns. You can see here we're up to 1413. They're still chilling at about that 973. So we are definitely... We have a lot of expansion room in terms of our economy here. More tile blocker clearance. Sounds good. Let's get that done. We'll need all of those tile blocker clearances eventually. We've become faster, better, stronger, but subjecting synthetic bodies to dangerous situations still comes at a mental cost. Knowing the mind can be restored may lessen the trauma, but does not remove it entirely, especially as the retrieval is not always guaranteed. Neither can new bodies simply be manufactured out of thin air. We can either disregard the psychological trauma to push the boundaries of synth performance, or moderate our ambitions lest we endanger the mental well-being of the population. Well, what does this actually do? Minus 20% mechanical pop assembly speed. I think we probably should exercise caution here. I don't care that much about the army damage. The monthly minerals would be nice, but we'll scale up our mineral production without this. Same with the volatile modes. I would rather have the plus 20% pop assembly speed and the happiness. So we'll go for that. Now, this industrial world requires housing. We'll put in an industrial district for now. There's going to be more work that has to be done on some of these worlds that have, like, uneven amounts, but that's okay. Alien specimen procurement. We probably are never going to be able to do that. So, well, at least not for a very long time, so we'll say no. We have synchronized our very confused science team. They have no memory of sending their report twice, or of any disaster. Timestamps for the duplicate reports are identical. There must be some disruptions in the flow of time here. Our scientists are trapped. The dome has sealed shut, and access to the rift sphere is limited to radio contact only. Calculated the times between this report and the last, the OA team has 3 hours of relative time before the screaming will be repeated. Translating the walls within this time frame is impractical. The only course of action is for the science team to press one of the buttons on the console and hope it improves their situation. There's no indication of the function for either the blue or the green button. We'll have to trust to luck. So this does literally the same thing either way. It might be RNG, which one is the correct one, or there might be a scripted correct one, but I've never run across this before. Astral threads are new. So let's try the green button. Okay, they are pressing the green button. We'll see what happens with that. Should be interesting for sure. A galactic community? Do we support it? We can always leave it later. So yes, we will join it for now. We're pretending to be good galactic citizens right now. Emphasis on pretending. We're not actually building this research station. We should come down here and do that. Okay, so this Forge world here requires a planetary administration upgrade. We'll get that going. Archaeological site pending here. Okay, -3 clues. Rude. Any other economic work that needs to be done here? Well, not for the moment, but we do have a lot of construction ongoing, so that looks good. We're working on Makura over here, and we probably... Oh, we don't actually have this going.
Research
We should do
concluded.
that. We probably don't need this construction ship once it finishes up over here. There's mineral purification hubs. Habitability plus 5% and robomodding would be pretty decent. Not that I think we'll actually use
Situation log.
robomodding, but... you know, it's fine. This is up here, right? Yeah. Research those projects in the system. So that'll be okay. Digital refactoring, huh? Carpetanian people are willing to go even further and favor a fully virtual existence over the half measures of the physical world. This momentous event will create shockwaves that echo far into our future. By boosting the identity transfer speed and range, we're able to deploy rapid replacements for destroyed synthetic bodies during hazardous missions. These new developments are sure to increase our efficiency in various war-related situations and bring glory to the Carpetanian Empire. So we could do that, and that would change our authority to Imperial Transmission. We're already an empire. Okay, our robotic armies have a 33% chance to be restored when defeated. Worker pop resource output plus 10%, minus 10% to mechanical pop assembly speed, but then 5% daily hull and armor regen. That's pretty good. Actually, that's really good. That's very powerful. I don't see a reason not to do this. Yeah, the mechanical pop assembly speed will slow down a little bit, but we already have a lot of boosts to that. So let's do it. All eligible leaders got the virtual leader trait. Okay, sounds good. So that's excellent. Here on Alpha Centauri, oh, there's an asteroid approaching a location. Where is this?
Station sustaining damage. Initial
High
colonization
Federation
phase
centralization.
commencing.
We vote yes on everything, so here we go. Excellent. So we see that our station is fighting this asteroid here. And there's that alien
Special
barracks.
project
Sounds
concluded.
good. This did indeed pass. Okay. We're going to leave that Federation eventually, but for now, it's okay. So we, on this energy world, need a job. We are also short on amenities, but for the moment, that's reasonably fine. Let's get a generator district going there for now. We just saw a migration happen on Jaltham Industrial, which is okay for the moment. Cool. So here on Caesar, we're of course going to need to build some robotic assembly plants. No doubt about that. What is this war declaration? Free Brill against Pliff-Plaff. Okay, sounds great. So our economy is going quite well at this point. We're at 1548 to their 999. We are definitely massively outpacing our fellow Federation members. I want to check in on the Free Brill administration here. What do we know about them at this point? So this is their diplomatic weight. They're overwhelming to us militarily, which isn't surprising. We've put 0 effort into our military. We've banked a lot of alloys, though, and we'd be able to get that going pretty close, or rather pretty quickly. So the Galactic community is a thing that exists, and we can always leave the Galactic community, but that will cost us influence. That's okay. That is absolutely fine. We'll do that eventually, most likely, or just, take them over. So this is a tech world here, and we would like to put in... Well, the Faculty of Archaeo Studies could go here. We lack the relics for that. We'll get that eventually. The Identity Complex is interesting. The Identity Repository is probably something that we should put in here. Provide engineering research, amenities, and monthly mechanical pop assembly. Empire-wide. That's Empire Limit 1. We should maybe put that in on our capital. So replacing, say, these commercial zones with an identity complex. Something like that. That seems reasonably fine. This tech world here does need jobs, though, so we should definitely put in a research lab here. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are very, very close to getting all of this wrapped up, although I'm noting that we have this world down here that we should definitely get colonizing. So we'll send some post-Carpetanians to go grab Cannon Prime. Excellent. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.